All right. Hello, everybody. My name is Blake Crawford, and we just got to admit, guitar is the coolest instrument to play. Just everybody loves guitar. Everybody wants to learn how to play, but not everybody can do it. But my goal here today is to teach you how to change your strings, so that way, when you play guitar, you can sound good, have some fresh strings that are really nice to play. Now, I've been playing guitar for about 3 years, and I've had a lot of experience changing strings, ups and downs, so I'm here to help you today. And there are 3 main parts to changing a guitar string. Taking it off, putting on the new guitar string, and once it's put on, tuning it and caring for it so that way it can last a long time, because strings are quite expensive. So the first thing, you're going to need some materials. You're going to need a string winder, so you can detune the string, a string cutter, so that way it's easier to cut the strings. You're going to need some new strings, obviously. Of course, you're going to need a guitar. You don't need a stand like this one here, but I brought it today just for convenience. So the first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to detune the string pretty far until it's pretty loose. I'm only doing 1 string for this demonstration because I don't want to take forever. But of course, you would do this with all 6 strings. And you're detuning from the headstock, which is this part of the guitar. So once it's nice and pretty loose, you want to cut it I go to about the 12th fret, which is fine. So then what you do is you push the bottom string out the back, and then you unwind this up here. And then you're obviously going to want to put these in the trash can. So now that they're off, it's time to apply the new string. So you take your new low E string, obviously. You would do it with all 6 strings, but I'm only doing 1 string for this demonstration. So sometimes it can be a bit difficult to push it through here, especially on a guitar like this. But you just, there's no need to rush anything. You can always just take your time. And you push it through the bridge. This is the bridge. And then you bring it up through the neck of the body on the fretboard. And then you want to line it up straight into this white thing here, which is called the nut. And you want to align it with the little divot that is for the string. And once you're here, you want to cut this extra string length, so that way it'll be easier when you're tuning up the guitar. So usually I go about 2 tuning pegs past where your string is. So you go about here, I would say. And then of course you would just put this in a trash can. So then what you do is you line up the tuning peg till it's about horizontal. And then what you do is you just push it through the peg here. You don't want to leave too much hanging out here, because it can be kind of annoying. You can get poked and you can start bleeding, and it's kind of a safety hazard. So watch out for that. And then you want to hold it really tight right here, so that way it doesn't, you want like a nice tight turn. So then this is kind of the tedious part of it. You just want to wind it up. And then as you're getting more pressure, you can eventually put this back into the nut and allow it to just rest there. And once it's up to tuning, you don't need to worry about getting anywhere close to the actual pitch. So I think we're almost there. All right, and then you would repeat this for the other 6 times for the strings. So once the string is on, you're going to tune it up. The standard tuning for guitar is E, A, D, G, B, E. I don't have a good acronym for it, but I'm sure if you look it up on the internet, there's a good one for it. Unless you want to use some other tuning, which is completely fine, of course. So you would do that for the other 6 strings. And you're going to want to go through a few times, especially with a bridge like this that can move up and down. As you tune the strings up and down, moving up the pressure, the strings will change tuning as well. So you're going to want to run through the tuning a few times. Once the guitar is tuned and it's all good, you can shred out. And then after you play guitar, I would recommend taking a cloth and cleaning the guitar, cleaning your strings with it, so that way you can get off all the dirt that's on your hands and increase the longevity of your strings. So now that you've changed your strings on your guitar, you can ready to rock out, and hopefully you've learned something important today. Thank you.